The checkered flag has fallen, watermelons have been smashed, and Ross Chastain is now a NASCAR Cup Series winner. And I know that this probably is going to be jumping the gun to a lot of people, but I don't think that this is even close to being the biggest triumph that he has this year. I think that Ross Chastain may be a championship contender. Now, on the outside looking in on this and just seeing this right after a win, it again will look like it's quick thinking and just something that is a little bit jumping the gun. But in my opinion, Ross Chastain this year has shown a real growth as a driver and has shown that along with his Trackhouse team, he may be the dark horse favorite when it comes to winning the title in November. So let's go back and look right now at 2022 and what he's done. After a dismal start of 40th at Daytona and 29th at Auto Club, he has been in the top 3 in every race. He finished 3rd at Las Vegas, which will be a playoff track, 2nd at Phoenix, which is the track for the finale, and he ran pretty darn well all day. He finished 2nd at Atlanta in a super speedway race, which is a similar type of race to that of Talladega, and then in COTA, he won on a track that's a road course like the Roval. He had driver ratings over 100 in all 4 of the last 4 races, and as of this moment, his average finish is 2nd in that time. Now let's compare this to the 2021 playoffs for a moment. He started out the playoffs red hot. He finished 3rd at Darlington and had an outside shot of winning that race in the closing laps, and then he also finished 7th at Richmond, and he ran pretty consistently all night. A 14th at Bristol didn't also reflect, though, how well he ran during that race. He struggled for the next couple, getting caught up in accidents that weren't his own making, as well as just not having good runs in Ganassi equipment. But towards the end of the season, his 13th at Kansas and 14th at Phoenix were relatively good for the generally underperforming organization. So I think that if you see what he did when the equipment was under him then and now in what I would say is better Trackhouse equipment with the next gen car, right there, the performance on its own is saying that he should at least be easily a playoff favorite driver. Something that I think has also been really good and shown by him is that he's hit the right amount of aggression. A lot of times in Chastain's career, he'll overdrive the car and end up either crashing himself, others, or just taking himself out of opportunities to win races. But this year, he seems to be not reserved, but definitely more in check with his aggression. He seems to be more in control of what he's doing while still being really aggressive. So, in my opinion, that's something else that is definitely needed in this day and age when it comes to winning NASCAR Cup Series championships. You can't just sit back and let the race come to you anymore. You have to be aggressive and on it 100% of the time. And it's something that Chastain has really fit into well when it comes to this environment and this kind of culture. His top 3 finishes, like I said earlier, were at a 1.5 mile intermediate, a 1 mile flat track, a 1.5 mile super speedway, and a road course. 4 different types of tracks, 4 different racing styles, and all of this really shows that he and his number 1 team are very adaptable. Week over week with a new car, they have been the most consistent team for the last month. Now, 1 month does not equal an entire season, but early on, this is something that will be really helpful in propelling his season forward and really making it easier for that team to, again, be aggressive. Chevrolet has gained a ton over the competition with the next-gen car. It's been pretty evident that the Chevy teams in general are consistently the fastest every week, and this is going to really help him at least in the short term. I do think that teams will catch up over time, but right now, I think that this Trackhouse team can take advantage of the fact that the Fords and Toyotas just cannot keep up with Chevrolet power right now. The powerhouse teams in general, like Hendrick, even though they have run well, haven't seemed to be as dominant as last year, as well as ones like Gibbs are not as strong as last year. They are going to be giving up playoff points to other teams, for instance, a 23-11 with Kurt Busch or a Trackhouse with Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain. And I really think that Chastain's team can take advantage of the missteps of these other teams. Chastain last year showed a lot of promise in different races. I remember especially Nashville. He was the fastest car out there at the end of the race. He just didn't have enough time and the gap was too big between he and Kyle Larson. Well, if that Larson car isn't as good this year, there's tracks like a Darlington or a Richmond or a Nashville that he can pick up a ton of playoff points, either in stage wins or in, obviously, wins. You see, given the opportunity, he needs to get these playoff points. And the three main ways right now are get more wins, which is the big one. You get 5 playoff points for every win you get in the regular season. He's locked in the playoffs right now, so he has points. He could get the stage wins, which is 1 playoff point per win, and then higher in points. He needs to be as high in points as possible, which right now he is in the top 5. Chastain has shown that he can be incredibly consistent. I don't think he'll be in the podium every single week, but 4 top 5s and 4 top 10s in 4 races has shown that this team can be very streaky, which is something that has been shown in the past has helped drivers win the championship when they didn't seem like favorites going in. Just look at Chase Elliott in 2020. So do I think he could get a ton of playoff points? Yes. Yes, I do. I think he probably has another win or 2 left, which is 5 to 10 right there. Let's just be on the far end and say he has 10 more playoff points from wins. I think that stage win-wise, he probably can win at least 5 of those this season. So that's 15 playoff points right there. And then higher in points, let's say he enters the playoffs 4th in the points. He would have 7 right there. So that's 22 plus the 6 he already has. 28 playoff points puts him pretty safely up there. Now, Trackhouse in general has also been improving week in and week out. Everyone talks about Pitbull being the owner, but really in a lot of ways, while giving some money to it, he is the big public face of it to get outside investors in. The brains behind it are twofold here, I think. Justin Marks, a new age owner who used to be a driver and understands the way that the industry is going. And then you have Ty Norris, who does have that old school approach, I think. And when you look at his resume, it actually is really good. Ty Norris was instrumental in making DEI a championship level organization. And then, after that, he went over and helped build Michael Waltrip Racing into a championship-level organization with Clint Boyer, of all drivers, and resurrected Martin Truex Jr.'s career from the brink. And then you have the teammate, Daniel Suarez. Suarez is an incredibly talented driver who has finally found his home at Trackhouse and seems to work really, really well with Ross Chastain. His input and different things he can find out from his car would be something that could help when it comes to sharing notes over the season and improving the team with Chastain. Now, do I think he's going to be a favorite? Is he currently my championship pick? No. But is he on my short list of 5 or 6 drivers I think could make the Final 4 and then win it? At the moment, yes. Now, I want to hear what you think on this. So let me know down in the comments below. Do you think Ross Chastain is a championship contending driver? Let me know down in the comments below, and while you're at it, leave a like on this video. Share this video, subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content, and to all of my channel members, thank you so much for all of your support. So until next time, have a good one.